Alright, hello there. I am Papa1 and this is AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, and this video is about Show 9A. Well, I should say the rest of Show 9A, which will be the 5th spot chess qualifiers and figure out how many characters are left for it. So, I will just explain it as we go on and stuff like that. So, in total, the game, without me having created wrestlers or created anybody, and this includes all the unlockable players, there are 98 characters on the game, right? And the reason I know that is because if you take the 146, you supposed to subtract 48, because that's how many characters I have total. I have 6 slots with 8 characters saved on each slot, which is 48. And you subtract 48 from 146, and you'll get your 98, as in how many characters is on the game, including unlockables, without me creating a single person. Now, the reason for the 43 is because that stands for the 6 divisions with the rankings, including the champions, because there's champion, number one contender, the what's it called, champion, number one contender, the hunter, the wild card, and the 5th spot. And 5 divisions have 5 people each, and then double team divisions, because those are tag teams. They have 2 per slot, so that's 10 and 25. That makes 35. Now, where does the other 8 come from? Well, we already know that the Fight for Gold champion, which is the first thing that happened, show A, that is one person, so that makes 36. And then we had added the faction 3, those champions, so that's an extra 3 right there. That makes 39. And then we got the combatants, which is 4 more people, because that's the 4 before, and then you get 4 added to 39. That makes 43. Now, what's with the extra 14? Well, you already know that, like, whoever wins the qualifiers, or whoever is a part of the number one contenders matches for faction 3 and combatants, they will not be in qualifiers anyway. So 3 on 3, that's 6 people, and then 4 on 4, that's 8 people. 6 and 8 makes 14. So that's where you get the 14 from. So 14 and 43 is 57, and 57, take that away from 146, we get the 89. Moving right along, we have since we have 89 people left, and I want to have like odd number with the tournament, so I basically did it the easiest way possible, and that means I advanced 5 people to the fifth spot chance, so they automatically advance, and I'll explain why, and I'll show you who they were and stuff like that. So let's go into it. Go to this, go to here. So who is says the first person? So the first person is Shadow. These are these are the results from show 8C or whatever like that, which was the 5th spot chances and stuff. And you can see right here, this is not the one we were talking about. This is the KO division, because I put all 6 of them on here. You know. But as you can see right here, Ghost, his only loss was the person who became, the 5th spot, and that was Hicks and Gracie. So that's what that was. Next, we move on to Johnny Ace and Mike B, or Mike Barton. And those two, they do great all the time and stuff like that. So what happened with this was each of them won a match or whatever like that. So it went to a triple threat overtime, and then Andre the Giant and Tiger Mask end up keeping their fifth spot chance or whatever. I mean, they end up keeping the fifth spot or whatever. So that's how that all transpired. Then we have two more people. All right, so this is just for the what's the name for the PW division, and then this is for the MMA division. You see Sakuraba. He only lost to the amazing one, Jake Shock. So that's why you say, and he's a former champion. You know, he used the Fight for Gold championship to beat, I believe it was Kyoji, who was the MMA champion. He beat him, and then Kyoji had won the Fight for Gold championship right after him, and then he challenged him and took back his belt. You know, so that's how that goes and stuff like that. And I think he's been ranked in the MMA division anyway, but like, I'm letting him slide with that. So I'm letting him get part of that. And then we have this right here. This is final. Final is the one that says the end and stuff like that. So you see, he only lost the DD4 Blade. So I was like, you know what? He did extra good in that. So I just said, forget it. We'll put him in the Fight for Gold champion. I mean, we'll put him in the fifth spot chance for the absolute division. So that explains them. And the number one stands for KO division. The number two stands for when it's next to people's names. After little what's that? Because like those are not rankings. Those are what divisions they're in for the fifth spot chance or whatever like that. So Shadow's part of the fifth spot chance for the KO division because it's a tag team. But anyway, the three is for the double team division. So that's Johnny Ace and Mike Barton. And then we have Sakuraba, who's in it for the MMA division, 5. And then, we got Final, who's in it, the fifth spot chance for the absolute division. You see the number 6 right next to him. So that's just what that is, because, I let some people automatically qualify and stuff like that. Now, I don't know why, because I could have had all this on the video as I was doing all this, but the thing is, I ended up being over an hour and a half, and some of it wasn't even needed to be being done for that long. So I was trying to figure out how to equally do everything, because now because those 5 people advanced the fifth spot chance, we had 84 people left. So I was like, you know what? I've been doing the KO division, and I only had of my creative wrestlers, I think only 15 of them were going to be utilized. So I end up what was it, 15 or a little bit more than 15? I think it was 15 or 16 or something like that were going to be utilized. So because there's over 20 something people who I deem like characters that I would put in the KO division. Even though any of my characters could go in there, some of them are just better than others with the knockdowns and whatever like that. With the grapple knockdowns, the striking knockdowns, the ground strike knockdowns, and other stuff. Well, rarely do any of them get high flying knockdowns, but run strikes and everything else. Yeah. So I decided, we'll keep it small with 12 because I put a few of them in the MMA division, you know? So that's why we just kept it with 12, and they're even 4. So there'll be 4 tournaments. That's what each number stands for how many tournaments there are, and, how we got that. And then we went to the grapple division. I was like, I'll just do the same thing for that. It was hard as heck trying to figure out the very last 2 or 3 people to go to grapple division because I want certain people. Because you need at least a few different moves that you can use as grapples and stuff like that. I have a few of my characters in there as well, but it wasn't. I only use it. But anyway, we move along, and the double T division, we only have 2 tournaments because we're using 18. We using 16 people, so we just I only use one of my team, and that is, I believe that is 2 people from the Yakuza 4, which is two people from the Yakuza 4, which is Lion and Spider. So those are the two people going to be part of the double team qualifier. Yeah, as far as the PW division, we used 12 because, I had a few people that I was going to put in MMA and Absolute. So, like, that's why we only got the 12 for that. So, there's 3 tournaments for that. Then we got 4 tournaments for MMA and Absolute. Like I said, so the people who normally go in the KO division, now that the MMA division, you only need 2 knockdowns, period. That is the new rule, and it's a permanent rule. So now that you only need 2 knockdowns per match type, that's everything from fifth spot chance qualifier all the way to a title match. And that way we can have first round knockouts, because it's rare to have a first round knockout with the MMA division, all because of the stuff that goes on with having to get 5 knockdowns and stuff. So now you only need 2 knockdowns and you can win any match. So you could get a stoppage in the first minute or the first round or the second round or wherever like that. Because it will still kind of be overly dominated by grapplers. I said forget it. We'll just have 2 knockdowns be the rule or whatever like that. And then the absolute division, you already know about that. Any and everybody wants to be in that because you can win. That has the most ways for you to win, especially qualifiers. Qualifiers and fifth spot chances and what's the name? And fifth spot chances and what's the other thing? Oh, ranking matches you can win by pinfall, submission, TKO, and blood stoppage. Only number 1 contender match and title match doesn't have blood stoppage. And that's the same thing goes for the KO division and the MMA divisions as well. They don't have blood stoppage for number 1 contenders matches or title matches either. Only one that has it for number 1 contenders match and title match throughout all my stuff and stuff like that is the 10 qualifiers, no one contenders matches, and title matches for Faction 3 and the combatants. Now, with that being said, after we get done with this stuff, we will be putting, who's supposed to be who and stuff like that. I kind of already know this stuff, so I don't know why I didn't just put this on here, because I can make this at any time. Only thing we really need to... What happens is show 9A does not affect show B. It's going to affect show C, because qualifiers decide who's going to be part of fifth spot chances. And the ranking matches determine for show B determines who's the fifth spot, who's going to be in that fifth spot chance. So I can automatically put this stuff up. I don't know why I already did it. Yeah, so I can automatically fill in these gaps for who's in what matches for the 6 divisions and stuff like that, because we already kind of know who's who and who's going to be where with that stuff anyway, because it's just the way that goes. That's just the natural progression of it. Because all you have to do to look for that is go on to here. Oh, that's not bad. And we go in here. And I don't even have to go into show C's and stuff like that. I just go to my ratings and stuff like that, or the rankings or whatever like that I had. And, I put whoever's number 4 against number 5 and number 2 versus number 3 for respectively the ranking matches and the number 1 contenders matches and stuff like that. So show B basically writes itself right after I get done with the team qualifiers for the Faction 3 and combatants and stuff like that. So they basically write themselves who's supposed to be in there, because that's the only 2 things I gotta figure out before I can start putting the other stuff, because those all no one contenders matches happen at show B, So basically the rest, or the fifth spot chances, that only has to do with the fifth spot chance for show C. or whatever like that, which will be the first matches of that. But we can't really start worrying about setting that stuff up until we conclude show B and whatever like that. So we can't really set up stuff for show C till we conclude show B, because with show B, we need to know who's going to be in the ranking matches for show C with the 3 versus 4, and who's going to be the fifth spot for the fifth spot chance and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I talked a little bit about all that. Now, the final thing to talk about is we could just go over the results of everything that happened. So, once again, this is just reiterating. So, Kenta, congratulations to him. I'll give him a round of applause. He got 3 eliminations, so he's eligible to be back in the Fight for Gold Championship again, and he is now the Fight for Gold champion. I don't know who he's going to face, but we have to the end of the pay-per-view to figure that out, because he is the final match. He will get the challenge whoever he wants in the very final match of pay-per-view number 9. The faction of 3, team qualifier number 1, we saw Freddie, Dave, and Mitch. They beat their opponents, so they will be part of the normal contenders match as show B, and their opponents will be Suzuki, Kingo, and Yoshiki, and that would be their opponents. So that team, and that's a Pancreas team. That was team 2 who won in the second team qualifier. And then we only had one team qualifier for the Cabanas, because the former champs, they lost, so they automatically get to be a part of the normal contenders match. So that means for that team qualifier, their opponents, which will be team 2, is be Taka, Yuki, and Tanaka, and Aikida, yeah, Aikida, yeah. I guess that's how you pronounce it. So that's what's going on. That's would be the former champs, um, opponents at the show B. Show B no more contenders match. Now, this is just, well, I'm just explaining a second ago. I screenshotted it or whatever like that. Yeah, it took me probably like under, I want to say under 5 minutes or under 10 minutes to just decide, because the hard part is figuring out who's going where and not putting people on here twice. So that's another reason why I like to do the video where I explain how I went about stuff, because now you're going to actually see how all the fifth spot chance qualifier tournaments are looking and stuff like that. So for the KO division, as you know, there's 3 of them, and there's 4-man tournaments. We have these guys, as you can see right here. I'm only using 12 of my characters. I try to have, I'm using 11 of my characters. Takeda is also in the 3rd qualifier one like that. So these are the guys I decided to use and stuff like that. And I kind of use the 5th spot chairs from show 8C to decide who should be allowed to go back into wherever division they did their last 5th spot chairs, as far as like how well they did and like if they won a qualifier already. So like they're like the number 1 seeds and stuff like that. That's why you see these 3 right here as number 1 seeds, because they won their qualifier last time. Yeah. Then right here we have new people. Speed is back in the qualifier for the grappling division and stuff like that. I only used 3 of my characters because only 3 of them I wanted to go in here anyway. So like these 3 characters will be going here for the 5th spot chest. It's their first time, so I just put them right there. If I have to guess, who's definitely going to win? Speed has the hardest one because his first opponent is Big Van Vader, and He may have to face Gary Albright or Osak Ot O Osuke Uso Osuke Osuke or whatever like that. And like those are probably like the most, stacked as far as like qualifier. I should have had them as the third qualifier actually. It should have been the third qualifier because their their qualifier is stacked or whatever like that. But like they're people who you always see in the qualifiers for this anyway. I I thought I didn't want to actually put Vader in there because I wanted him to be part of the MMA or the KO division. I think he should have been a part of the KO division if I'm thinking correctly because he actually does have better stuff than Takeda and stuff like that. So he probably could have gone into the KO division, but it is what it is. It's it's already been done. So like we'll figure that out next time. Or guess what? I'll put Takeda and Vader in the next. Um, what's the name? If they don't win the qualifiers, they become the fifth spot. After the fifth spot chance, stuff like that. I'll put them probably both in show 10A's fight for gold title match. Championship match or whatever like that. Moving right along, some returning tag teams and stuff like that. As I told you, I put my team of what's the name, Lion and Spider. It's hard to try to figure out who everybody is. Let me check something real quick. Please don't be ranked. I think Samurai might be ranked, and I probably overlooked him. Nope, he's not ranked. Good, 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 good. No, because that should be annoying. That I gotta figure out who I left out and stuff like that. So we're all good. I hope my created wrestlers win theirs and stuff like that. But like it don't matter, because Mass and D are those two guys. They are freaking. That tag team. I don't see nobody really keeping them away from the belts. You can win the belts from them, but they'll eventually take them back. Kind of like Chaos. He'll eventually get back his belt. Speaking of him, here goes the qualifiers for his division, which is the PW division. You see, these are the characters right here. Surprisingly enough, I didn't want to really put none of my characters in the PW division. Not that I don't think I have characters to go in there. It's just that two of the characters that would have went in there, because like let me show you. Like we could go on here, go to career wrestler. How we supposed to do this? See, he's the champion right now, and he is with Lion in the fifth spot chance qualifier for the double team division. So we have people, but we don't have the two at the moment. But practically anybody can go in there. So after a while, you'll see other people going around to this and that qualifier and stuff like that. This is not the only place they could go. As you see, like there's a lot of these guys, so they could go any and everywhere because we're not going to use the whole thing. But look at that. There's 25 of them. I think the only thing that's even close to that is probably MMA. Yeah. But MMA is not even close. MMA, I think, is only 11. See? It's only 11 of them for MMA. What in the world? So, yeah. And then double team, we got 3 of them and stuff like that. The 2 people from Yakuza, Dave and Freddy. And we also have Pain and Mayhem. Alright, we could go and move right along. So after that, we was on the PW. Now we're on the MMA division qualifiers. So as you know, there's 4 qualifiers, so there's 16 people. There's 4-man tournaments. And I think I use a little bit more than 8 of my characters and stuff for this. I think there's 9 because the first and fourth people are on here, and then you see Hero right there. He's in the first qualifier or whatever like that. Yeah, so that's how they all stack it up. I wanted to just use only two of my people, but then out of like, cause like we move on to here, out of all this, I think probably my characters, I could have put somebody who's right here. I should have put Victor over here, but then who I would replace him with for the MMA division? Like who really could have been part of the MMA division other than him? You know? And I now remember I was supposed to put Hanson back in the KO division. You know, I should have put him back in the KO division, but it is what it is. I want that. So yeah, and surprisingly enough, I'm only using one of my created characters for the absolute division. I usually have like two or three of them. But remember something. We already have, thanks to this, what's the name? And that's the thing that's wrong about that. Shadow should have a 2 next to his name, now that I think about it. It should have been, where is it? We can go back on it. Yeah, so Shadow should have had a 2 right here instead of 1, because the 1 stands for the KO division. So he should have had a 2 because he's going to be part of the grappling division's 5th spot chance qualifier. I'm going to know that automatically because as soon as we get done with the matches for show B for the grappling division, I'm automatically going to put Shadow in for the 5th spot chance. You know, so it don't matter. Yeah, I messed that up, kinda. I might re-screenshot it and everything just for when I go back and look on here, it's correct. So, yeah, that was the only thing that was messed up about that. So, yeah, this in under 30 minutes is me tell you exactly what's going on with everything. So, yeah. AOS Virtual Person 2 is alive and well. The AOS stands for Artist Survival. And yeah, we're gonna be keeping on with this. I'm hopefully, before we get out here, I'm hopefully wanting to, you know, do the same thing for All Star Pro Wrestling 3 one day and King of the Coliseum, as well as Wrestle Kingdom 2. But the main reason why the main and only game right now that I can do stuff like that with is for Virtual Person 2 is not just because of this, it's because like recreating characters is basically the easiest with this game. Like you can watch and you can because like the look, you know, the ring attires and stuff like that, that is the easiest thing to try to figure out. You can really try to recreate stuff by just looking at it and seeing like, oh, okay, that looks this and that sort of way. But the main thing is the fact that like move sets are easy. You know, I create move sets easily. Like taunts are usually with the what's the name? I do the taunts when I'm doing the what's the name? The ring attires and stuff like that. Their look or whatever, their cosmetics or whatever. But if we go on here, the thing that's right here at the top, this is the top right here. This right here at the top, that lets you see all the moves that you have. Can you see this stuff right here? With the 5 and stuff like that, 5, that's what it's called. So I can, that even lets you know how many that you have. And like some of my characters, they have more than others with the KO moves and stuff like that. So like, say for example, we could go to, let's go to, he probably has more than 5 for the KO moves and stuff like that. So, it'll just show you what he has. But we can know he has more than 5 because we can see it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know his finisher is that gigantic power bomb or something. I forget what it's called. 6, 7, 8. See, this is why I thought he should be in the KO division. He's going to the KO division next time. Yeah. Look at that. He don't have a ton, but like he has more than the normal people on here for this division, stuff like that. He don't have a ton, but he has enough. At least they can somewhat express my character. Hanson is just that his go-to move right here is the lariat. You know, the wrestling lariat. That's his go-to move. You know? That's how he preferably likes to end matches. So he'll pick people up and he'll either stand them up and he'll hit the ropes and come and clothesline them, or he'll throw them into the ropes and he'll hit the ropes as well, and they'll meet in the middle and he'll clothesline you. You know, those 2 ways and stuff like that. Yeah. Osh. You know what we're going to do? The reason I said Osh, because I should have just done this. We're going to go in here. We're going to set up the first match. So we got Myth, Raph, and we got Boxer and Tsunami. Alright. Let's see if I know where they're at on here while looking at stuff. Well, I know that 2 of these characters are in the same slot. We're going to go to slot 4 because we know where Myth and Raph are. They're both in slot 4. Oh, wait. Don't save nothing. Go to slot 4. Now it turns out I can't really have the characters right on top of each other from different slots. So that's why you see me doing it like this or like that. We'll go here to slot 1. So that's what you see me using the L1 or like that. Now, instead of the very next one, I think I can't really like leaving space between them. And then slot 3 is where Boxer is. I believe he's in slot 3, so no, I don't want to do that. Well, that's better than press and save. Yeah. I just wish this game would ask you if you want to load up a slot or save. No, it don't do that. Now, all we have to do now is wait before I do anything. I gotta go here, put this on the slot 0. Then we gotta exit out the game. Then we gotta go back onto it to check if it actually did what I just wanted to do just now. Alright. Oh, the day before yesterday, I actually lost my phone. I think I set it somewhere on top of somebody's car where I was outside talking to them, and they drove off, and my phone had fell down somewhere because I saw that the screen protector was all cracked up and stuff like that. But it was at a freaking police station somewhere far away and shit like that. So I had got a ride to go pick it up. But the thing is, I would never been able to find my phone because the police station was at was like 3 or 4 or 5 counties over, and the whole thing about this is that my phone, because they ain't charged my phone in the police station at all. They didn't charge it. My phone was probably only like 50 or 60% when I lost it, but because like this is why I always keep my phone's brightness down, because when you got the brightness down, you can keep your phone charged longer. The brightness on the phone. It looks like it's super bright, but like it's actually pretty low when you're looking at it right here. Cause like, yeah, that's bright right there, but like I don't need it to be that bright because like I'm used to my eyes adjusted to it being like this. Only time I turn up the brightness is if I'm outside because sunlight makes it a little cloudy, so you need to turn up the brightness. But other than that, I don't need to have my stuff glaring bright and stuff like that. So, because the brightness was down and it was not in use, because I always foreclosing the apps and stuff after I'm using them, done using them, it was only at 31% when I picked it up. So it was probably on 50 or 60 something percent, and I went and got my phone from the police station and it was only like 31% or whatever like that. So my phone, because they didn't charge it, because they would charge it, my phone wouldn't have been on no damn 31%. But I'm just glad I got my phone back. But the only reason I got my phone back because I had it charged and I got the brightness down on the phone. So like my phone, I was able to call it and they picked up and answered the phone and said where it was at, the police station. I think actually my father had called my phone again the next day and like they told him that it was at the police station. Yeah, he got COVID again. All right, cool. This worked. Yeah, he'll be all right. Not the first time he had it. Also, he had his shots for it, so it's not as bad as what normally could be and stuff like that. So you see, these are the 4 people. I'm just making sure because you gotta make sure the moves is on here before you do any type of matches with people and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you how I gotta go about doing it because before I try to put 8 people on here, 8 different characters, and like that stuff don't work. So that's why the most you can see is probably 7 people with it, but 4 of them have to be from one place, and another 3 of them have to be from somewhere else or whatever like that. Did I show it already to check them? We just try to make sure. That's all. Just trying to make sure that everybody got their moves set. Alright. Alright, cool. We could officially, we could save it in case anything comes up with that. Boom. Because I'm not sure how to use both the first slot and the second slot. And the thing is, the reason that I'm not really too sure about that is because I don't know if I can use the first slot for the creative wrestlers as well as the first column, I should say, for the creative wrestlers as well as the second column for the creative wrestlers. So that's why I just use up to 4 or 7. But if I'm using 7, 4 of them have to be from the same, slot, and the other 3 has to be from a different slot. But if anything, if I'm using 3 different slots, I can only use 2 people per slot, or 3, 2, and 1 because there has to be a space between them. Because when I don't put a space between them, then they don't come out right with everything and stuff like that. So I guess we should end it on here. Yeah. So we'll end on here. So I figured out how many people are gonna be needed for the 5th spot chances. We got 5 people who automatically advance. We know the tournaments. We know the layout for each and every qualifier. And yeah, we'll get started with show 9A in a little while. Well, probably not no time today because I want to go back because I got to already upload this video along with the other videos. And the other videos are, oh wait, you can see them on here because remember we already did the Fight for Gold Championship, the 2 Faction 3 qualifiers, and we already did the Combatives qualifiers, plus this video. So we got 5 videos that need to be uploaded to YouTube already. And basically, the only thing I do with those is like I'll put them on here, upload to YouTube, and then I'll put this on the what's the name, and it'll go over there with the Cause like I got something on here already, set up on here already. Where is it? I think it's on the SD card if I'm not mistaken. Where is it at? It says it somewhere. Yeah, upload to YouTube. So those are the ones to be uploaded to YouTube or like that. And the reason I got like 2 different ones on here is because like, you know, these, if I'm recording them and I just want to send a certain amount of them, I have it set up so I can remember where it's at and stuff like that. So we'll leave it off on the changes I make because this is what I'm gonna have to do anyway. I'm gonna have to set that up. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, this is the AOS Virtual Progressive 2 information with these. I still got the ones for the other stuff with, you know, this stuff and whatever like that. But like AOS Virtual Progressive 2 needed their own little thing or whatever like that. So that's why I made this for them. For to have this stuff about these things and stuff. So yeah, this is pretty much just going to end the video. Once again, hope you enjoy. Hope everyone's doing well with you and yours. Yeah, got my phone back the day after because I was like, oh man, I need a new phone. Because like I looked all in the house, I looked in the car and everything like that, and then like come to find out it just said at the police station. I was like, because like my thing is like, It was in the shopping mall area or just off the way where the shopping mall area is at, and that's like, let's see, how many blocks away is that? Shit. Well, not that many, like less than 50 blocks. So like probably like 10 miles or no, probably a little bit more. Probably like 10 to 15 miles away from where I stand. That's where the phone was found. But then the phone was taken another 10 miles away to a police station. I was like, because it was over 15 miles found away from my house. So somebody had to pick it up or found it somewhere, or it probably stayed on the car until it fell off or whatever like that. And then somebody else picked it up and they took it to a police station. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. I'm just glad I got my phone back. Because I was like, oh, man. Because, like, on the new phone, I have so many different type of bookmarks for this, that, the other on the Google Chrome or whatever like that. But I know how to get that stuff back. But, like, the thing is, if I have to use, like, my old phone to get it back, this phone or whatever, I don't have all the exact same bookmarks on the old phone, on this phone or whatever. I'm just glad I got that back. So, all's well that ends well. And to the next one, hope you enjoy. And yeah, we're going to, man, I can't wait to see how these matches are going to play out. Because the reason that show A's are my favorite for AOS versus Forza 2 is because you get to see everybody, you know? Because, you know, a lot of times it can be a little bit, you know, what's it called, redundant, or I forget the name. I forget the actual word I'm trying to think of, but like it could be like the matches are never the same, no matter who's facing off with who. But like seeing the same matchup and over again, kind of can be like, yeah, whatever and stuff like that. So that's why I enjoy the qualifiers, because wherever I make new people, they automatically go into qualifiers, stuff like that. So that's what's great about it. And then we're gonna always keep on making people. Probably after show 10A, we'll probably make some more people. But actually, what's gonna happen after show 10A is I'm gonna do something, and it's called Once in a Lifetime Chance Title League, and it's gonna be title matches for every division, right? Title matches for every division, but it's gonna be on a league form, so it's gonna be ranks 1 through 5, which is champion all the way to fifth spot, and they're gonna freaking face off with each other in a league with the title match rules, and whoever wins will become the new champion. And the league will be structured out depending on what place you place. So like freaking fifth spot can potentially be the champion, you know? And then the champion could potentially be in the fifth spot, and that would be messed up come show 11B or whatever like that. Because you could be go from champion to be in the fifth spot chance or whatever like that. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do it, but that's just like something like at the 10 or so things and stuff like that. Or I'll probably do it every 5 actually. Will be a way to like check up the divisions and stuff like that. Yeah, probably be every 5, but for the very first one, we'll probably do it at the 10. So at the pay per view number 10, that's what we'll end up doing and stuff like that. Just shake up the divisions and stuff like that. Because it does get kind of repetitive. That's the word I was looking for. It kind of gets repetitive having the same matches over and over again. And yeah, I gotta change the stuff up anyway, because that right there is not supposed to be that at all. I don't know why that's right there. And look on here. Yep, it's on there. So yeah, we can take that off right now. See, there was a few mistakes with that. You know what? We can fix all this right now. We'll boom screenshot that. Mm. How is it all the way out there? But oh, that's why. Oh, so I could just had it at the same spot. Okay. Let's see if it's in the same spot. No. Let's see. Go try to put the dot over each other. We have it over one way over the other. Damn it. Trying to put over it perfectly and stuff. That's close to perfect. Perfect. Well, it's not actually perfect, but yeah. No, because that's all I'm gonna have to do anyway. Is just damn it. I gotta make sure. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. So after I do that, you got. All right, so we'll screenshot this right here, and then that's some extra bullshit. See, this is what I dislike about this whole entire thing. No, I think it needs to go right. Let's see. Why won't let me move it at all? Shit, like. Uh, think that's good enough. Wait, go back to there, you mother. Come on, son. Go there. How did it do it last time? I don't get that. I'm trying to have it where it fucking goes beyond this borderline thing. It's stuck right here now. Like, why is that? Oh, cool. No, motherfucker. Man, you're gonna piss me off. Just gonna put it where the F is at. Alright. Yeah, I know. I just fucking wasted a bunch of time doing this. Fuck it. That's good. No, it's not. Ah, shit. There we go. Yeah, I know I have a freaking problem. Nobody has to tell me to do stuff a certain way all the time. Yeah, because all I gotta do now is I'll delete those and then we'll go back on here. Hey, buddy. And then we'll go on here. Shit. Well, at least we know which ones to use. Wait, first off, let's just get rid of all these right here. Wait, that's the one not supposed to be getting rid of. Self Inferno screenshotted one. Alright, now we can move these to here, to here, to here. And no, they're supposed to go on. Yeah. Oh, wait, they are supposed to go right there. Alright. Then we can put that wherever. And now we'll see that it's on there correctly for all of them. Like, shit like that is just annoys me. Because, like, the little tight circle, we just spent like 5 more minutes on just 5 or 10 more minutes on just a little tiny circle trying to figure out how that goes and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's fixed now. So, yeah, we will leave it off on here. So, to the next one. Hope you enjoy all that other stuff. And, yeah, later. Alright, peace out. I hope you enjoy. What the heck? What was all that about? Alright, later. Oh, that was this that came up.